advance to Rosenblatt Stadium and the College World Series.
Wayne Graham and the Rice Owls have done a great job. They put themselves in position to host the Super Regional, and they are a very formidable opponent there in Reckling Park.
National number 6 seed. Heading over is Ruggiano. He'll make the catch. No tag at second base by Stewart. No reason to, with 2 down after the catch by Ruggiano.
And Houston now on the night 2 of 11 with runners in scoring position. Look out at the line score: 2 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Houston. 11 runs, 9 hits, 1 error by Texas A&M. The key hits at the key time.
Jimmy Cesario, 2 for 3 tonight, 12 for 21 in the regional. He has been fun to watch, and there's a chance that this would be the last time he bats this weekend. Still got 3 innings to play. We'll see what happens. 1 count to him. And he has put one right back up the middle. Chalk up another RBI for Jimmy Cesario. Coming home to score is Stewart.
Nice piece of hitting. Young man just going right back up the middle. Not trying to do too much. Fastball just went right back up the gut. With 2 outs. Run across. That's the lead, 11-3 now.
Lorman bats. Doubled his last time up. A moment ago, that was the first run of the game allowed by Kyle Thiebaud. He has gone 2 2/3 innings.
Activity down in the A&M bullpen.
After Thiebaud worked 3 last night, he is getting close to that in this ball game. Foul ball, and it's 2-1. Cesario looked like he was going with the pitch.
I think with a relief pitcher that Thiebaud didn't go too far, but he has been a starter before. Breaking pitch for a strike right there.
Regional championship game last year through a complete game.
Complete game, 9 innings.
Travis Starling in the bullpen. He was hung with the loss last night, through the 9th for the Aggies and allowed that game-winning run that sent us to tonight. Lorman, a strikeout, and that ends the inning. Time to stretch him out, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Texas A&M has an 11-3 lead, and you're watching 12th Man Productions broadcast of the 08 College Station Regional on Fox Sports Net.
No matter which road you choose, the Dodge Lifetime Powertrain Warranty has you covered. It's the best warranty in the business, and it comes standard on nearly all Dodge vehicles. No other company matches it. Not Ford, not Chevy, nobody. Dodge. Grab life.
There's a moment at night when all you want is fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
The Memorial Day sale at Ashley Furniture Home Store has been extended. Get more for your money. Now through Monday, get $100 in free furniture when you spend $600. Get $300 in free furniture when you spend $1,200. Or get $500 in free furniture when you spend $3,000. Plus, pay no interest till 2011. Everyone can use extra savings on furniture. Better hurry though. This sale has been extended through Monday only. Ashley Furniture Home Store. You're gonna love this place.
Welcome back to College Station, Texas. It's 11-3 as they stretch them out here at Olson Field. About to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cougars have a new pitcher, and that's Chase Dempsey. He is their 5th of the night AC.
Chase, the bullpen ace. This is his 33rd appearance. He's only had one start, 8-3 record, 2.31 ERA. 11 saves on the year, 62 in the 3rd innings worked, only 18 walks, 48 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting .208 against the right-hander. Another freshman. This Cougar baseball team made some noise here in this regional and be heard from again next year with these young arms.
Blake Stouffer steps in, a couple of walks and a strikeout. 7, 8, and 9 this inning for the Aggies. Stouffer skies one, center field. Coming in is Presley. He'll grab it.
Lazy fly ball, center fielder puts it away for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now it's Kevin Gonzalez. After a double in his first at bat, he has struck out and flown out. No count to him. The Aggies got a boost in the 6th after 3 scoreless innings. They had put up 8 runs in the first 2 combined. And they've got the 8-run cushion at the time.
A&M dugout, you just like to keep scratching runs, taking your hacks.
And they are 6 outs away defensively from the Super Regionals.
Be some great matchups across the country.
Still interesting that we've gone into the 7th. It is an 8-run A&M lead, yet the Cougars do have one more hit than the Aggies.
Yes, they do.
But as we've talked about, 4 home runs tonight by A&M, and still maybe the biggest hit of this ball game, a bases clearing 2-out double by Darby Brown. That was back in that big 2nd inning.
Houston has spaced out their hits. We'll pop up to the first baseman. Nice grab there. Cesario not only does it at the plate, but defensively.
He is everywhere.
Pop up, that ball gets above the roof and then blows back in towards the field. He hung with it. But looking at it, Houston has had a hit in every inning except the first. Meanwhile, A&M has had 1 hit in the first, 5 in the 2nd, and 3 in the 6th.
All the innings that they plated runs.
That's it.
Brody Green is 0 for 3, but he does have an RBI. A ground out in the first, plated a run, and now he's got his first base hit.
Good piece of hitting there by the 9th man in the A&M lineup. Just going down low, this pitch on the outside part, and just driving it back into the right center field gap. Center fielder Presley getting over, getting the ball back in, holding it into a single. And possibly a man might dub the Cougar killer, Colligan.
2 for 4 tonight. Bottom of the first, he led off with a solo home run. In the 2nd, he hit a 2-run home run. In this regional, Kyle Colligan has left the yard 4 times, and he is 9 out of 18.
All 4 home runs against this Houston ball club.
After the 2 home runs, he's struck out looking and popped out on the infield. Colligan now on the year, 14 home runs. Runner is going. Colligan, meanwhile, bounced 1 foul.
1-1 count. Runner was off on the pitch. Brody Green trots back to first base.
Check on Green. 6 of 7 stolen bases is Brody Green this season. Both U of H and A&M, 2 teams that like to run. 1-2. Bit too far inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Wind starting to lay down a little bit. Get the nightfall.
Off and running is Green again. Softly hit ground ball. That's really all Pounds could try to do with it is barehanded.
Base hit.
Yeah, you're right. That'll be a hit. That makes Colligan 3 for 5 tonight.
Playing a little bit of hit and run. 2 strikes and just fisted it. Do or die play by Pounds and not able to come up with it. Base hit. Dane Carter steps in.
A&M trying to roll with 2. First 2 men to the plate, Stouffer and Gonzalez, were out. Brody Green then singled, and Colligan just did the same on the infield. Dane Carter hits, doubled his last time up, 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss on the first offering. A&M, as of right now, in their 4 games in this regional, 51 runs. Only hiccup offensively came last night when Jared Ray did a number on the A&M lineup. Hard hit right at Ryan Lorman. Inning is over. Texas A&M gets nothing across in the 7th. But we go to the 8th with the Aggies leading 11-3. You're watching 12th Man Productions broadcast of the 2008 College Station Baseball Regional on Fox Sports Net.
The best of the Big 12 Conference is on Big 12 Showcase. Only Big 12 Showcase takes you on location every week for unparalleled coverage of all the athletic programs from across the conference. From the latest news and highlights to exclusive features and interviews, no one is more dedicated to the Big 12 than FSN. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Big 12 Showcase brings you year-round coverage you won't get anywhere else. Big 12 Showcase, Fridays and Saturdays on FSN Southwest.
Every TV set that you have that's hooked up to cable will still work just fine.
But if you get TV through an antenna, you can still keep your sets working. Just visit dtv2009.gov and some real fine folks will help you learn more. Or call 888-DTV-2009 to learn about a government coupon program for converter boxes.
Kyle Thiebaud back to work another inning for Texas A&M. He'll face Zach Presley to start us off in the 8th. Presley, the number 6 hitter in the lineup, if you combine him with the rest of the guys at the bottom of the order, 6, 7, 8, and 9, Presley, Tully, Ramsey, and Wallace, they are combined 5 for 12.
6 for
Looks
13.
like that'll be 6 for 13. You're correct. Single by Presley, his 3rd hit of the night.
Nice job just going with this pitch inside, turning on it, hitting it past Luke Anders there at first base. Really deep in the hole there, but finding a way. And once again, that good coaching back in the BBI leagues, ground balls and line drives, you stand a lot better chance.
Now it's Tully. Struck out swinging his only time facing Thiebaud tonight. Well, the hit count is now even at 11 apiece. Defensively tonight, the Cougars have committed 2 errors. Texas A&M 1. Tully fouls that one off. Down in the count, ball and 2 strikes.
Oh. Fairly quickly. The rubber always goes from the stretch.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And for Kyle Thiebaud, that is number 3 of his outing.
This situation, some pitchers feel more comfortable out of the stretch. Slider breaking low and away to the right-hander.
Caleb Ramsey singled his first time up, then hit a hard line drive that was caught by a diving Dane Carter. And then he doubled off the runner who was on at the time. Ramsey has also hit into a fielder's choice situation, and he's 1 for 3 tonight. High and away, 2 balls, no strikes.
Rob Childress out of the dugout.
You got to wonder how much more we'll see of Thiebaud. He's actually worked past what he did last night.
Travis Starling down in the Aggie bullpen, getting loose.
He has not made the call just yet. Perhaps wanting to see how Kyle Thiebaud feels. Told you earlier, Rob Childress' 3rd season at Texas A&M. He was the pitching coach at Nebraska. And one of the attractive things about him is a lot of players he coaches, whether it was at Nebraska as an assistant and already has done it at Texas A&M. He has put several that have tutored under him into the major league draft and
Yankee
won into the big leagues. And absolutely.
Jabba Chamberlain.
That's probably the headliner right now, but
so.
there's many more that follow him.
Exactly.
And yes, Jabba Chamberlain pitching at Yankee Stadium. Certainly one of the big names that is hurled under Rob Childress. 3-0 and he walked him. Ramsey is aboard.
Brings up Chris Wallace, 9-hole batter.
Thiebaud takes some time.
And that's going to do it.
Oh, yep, Rob Childress is right back out. Thiebaud's a little upset, but he's had a nice outing, and his team does need 11-3. It's not all that bad, Kyle. But he gets a nice hand as he trots off the field.
Well, as mentioned, he coming in and just allowing the 1 run there in the 7th, which was an unearned run. But in comes Travis Starling, one heck of a walk-on relief pitcher.
From Yoakum, Texas. Good story here at Texas A&M. He's in the 8th, and the Aggies have an 11-3 lead. We'll be back in a moment, give you some of the numbers on Starling You're watching 12th Man Productions broadcast of the 08 College Station Regional on FSN.
This spring on Fox College Sports, catch over 90 NCAA baseball games and exclusive live coverage of Big 12 baseball. Plus spring football from the SEC, the Pac-10, and the Big 12. And all the day's highlights on FCS Final Score. To get FCS, call 877-2GET-FCS or log on to foxcollegesports.com.
It's the 8th inning, and it's 11-3 Texas A&M. The Aggies have called on Travis Starling to replace Kyle Thibault. Starling took the loss last night. Game was tied in the ninth, and he allowed a run by U of H to win it for the Cougars. But AC, look at his numbers, can tell you that just about the only thing he's done wrong this year.
Indeed, this is his 27th appearance, all out of the bullpen. He has an 8-1 record, 3.68 ERA, 9 saves to his credit, 44 innings of work, allowed 45 hits, has walked only 14, struck out 38, opponents hitting 266 off of him. And really, last night with that 2-out, base hit back up the middle to win the ball game. One outing against Sam Houston State, Mark Johnson over in Huntsville. You take out that, and the average would be way down against the right-hander from Yoakum.
We kind of talked about him last night when he entered the ball game. Rob Childress mentioned that he just wanted to pitch for A&M so bad, and he worked so hard at it. Then when they would put him into the contest, I think he would just get a little nervous, and he struggled early on in his career, but he's worked everything out. He's done all of it off of a scholarship, but he will have one next year. Chris Wallace is the first man he faces. And it's strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'll tell you, the game of baseball, my own personal opinion, 11.7 scholarships to field a baseball team is not enough.
Certainly. It's hit deep, and heading back is Ruggiano. He can't get to it. It's off the wall. Karem's back behind him. 1 run will score. Moving to second and third base are Wallace and Ramsey. It's Presley that comes home to score.
Just did a good job breaking pitch and just tomahawked it to right field and off the wall. And a double, and runners now at second and third.
(11-4) now, top of the order for Houston. Blake Kelso hit that one hard into center, but Kyle Colligan is there. It's deep enough to score a run. Try to get him at third base, but in easily is Wallace. It was Ramsey who trotted home to make it 11-5.
Sacrifice fly, RBI. 2 away. But if you're Houston, you're just trying, there's no clock here. It's just that outs.
As long as you got a swing left.
Exactly, and anyone that saw that ball game yesterday, a 4-run lead against University of Illinois Chicago, and they came back.
The Flames scored 4 in the ninth. They tie it and send it to extras. Almost another run coming home, but a nice job by Gonzalez getting back quickly, flipping to Starling. Having to stay put was Wallace.
And a nice job by Wallace. He broke when the ball scooted away from Gonzalez, but wisely, unless you know for certain you're going to make it, don't want to be cut down with the base running there. They're getting their hacks in on this right-hander. His main out pitch is the knuckle curve. Sometimes if it doesn't knuckle, it's...
Jake Stewart tonight 0 for 4. Starling gets a little bit of revenge. Stewart got the game-winning hit on him last night. Starling strikes him out tonight. Texas A&M is 3 outs away. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Aggies have an 11-5 lead. Back in a moment, you're watching 12th Man Productions broadcast of the 08 College Station Baseball Regional on Fox Sports Net.
Texas Western takes the first major sports title the school has ever won.
In one of the biggest upsets in NCAA men's hockey history.
Look at Irvin Magic Johnson.
And now you can see it too. The greatest college sports video library of all time. Introducing the new NCAA.com, the official site of college sports.
Maybe you got a little crazy while sawing Varsity's horns off, or your gig'em got out of hand. Either way, if your whoop turns into whoops, our skilled doctors and nurses, many of whom are Aggie grads, are all here to serve you. As the oldest hospital in the Brazos Valley, we've been caring for Aggies for over 75 years, so we know about traditions. The next time you need us, we'll be here, and you'll see what all the hullabaloo is about. The College Station Medical Center.
Gig'em. Thanks.
Healthcare. It's what we do.
Well, the Aggies are 3 outs away from a regional title, but as we go to the bottom of the 8th, they'll just concern themselves with a little insurance at the moment. Jose Duran, Luke Anders, and Brian Ruggiano due up. That's 3, 4, 5 in the lineup. Chase Dempsey will try and keep the A&M advantage where it is, and the Cougars are going to need a lot in the 9th. Jose Duran, a foul ball to start it off. He has singled twice tonight, 2 for 4, so he sees that average rise, and it was already 382 coming into this evening. It's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That dugout, both dugouts are just continuing the battle. It's getting late in the game, making the plays, 3 unassisted.
And 1 out. If you look ahead to the Super Regionals, either team that would face Rice, Houston has struggled against the Owls this year, and Texas A&M lost their only meeting with Wayne Graham's team.
That ball game was played here at Olson Field, and Rice, they've just done an outstanding job down there. Once again, a lot of Houston area products starring on that ball club.
Luke Anders really having a good weekend coming into tonight. Hitless in this ball game, 0 for 3.
Nice pitch, inside corner.
Due up for the Cougars in the 9th. It is the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5. Pounds, Cesario, and Lorman. I'll say Luke Anders went around. Crowd didn't like it. Nonetheless, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We've seen this year with Texas A&M on both sides of the ledger, big innings late in games.
First one that pops to mind is a 6-run ninth that tied a game against Baylor. A&M won it in extras to sweep that series and keep that record-setting conference win streak alive.
In the second game of that Nebraska series in Lincoln, A&M had the lead going into the bottom of the ninth before Nebraska rallied to win that ball game and won the finale.
The Aggies have been on both sides of it. Obviously, they want to prevent it here tonight.
You call it the Will Johnson-ism that it ain't over till it's over.
I certainly didn't coin that one. Anders does not have a hit, but for the second time tonight, he reaches base. That one via the walk. Earlier in the second inning, he was hit by a pitch, and you mentioned then, AC, he's school record for Anders this year of being hit with pitches. A painful record.
Yes, indeed. But still fortunate, no broken bones, just a lot of bruises.
Ruggiano homered his last time up. It was the 4th one of the night for A&M. 9th one of the year for the A&M right fielder. That's a base hit. Anders was going with the pitch, but he'll stop at second base. A&M looks for a little insurance, and they've got a couple aboard.
Well, it's one thing here at this regional, all 4 teams that came to College Station, Dallas Baptist the first to go home, and yet put up valiant fight in both ball games. Had a great season as an independent to make the NCAA. Then University of Illinois Chicago that really won a ball game, took Houston to the limit, or they'd be in the championship. And Texas A&M and Houston, the Conference USA tournament champion, an outstanding year, and the Big 12 regular season champion Texas A&M. You just don't want the year to end. If you're a senior, maybe a junior that's draft eligible, your goal is Omaha, and that when you get to this point of the season, you can almost reach it. It's a week, about a week away. Most of the super regionals, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe.
Well, that's the thing about the NCAA tournament. If you're in it, it means you have had a terrific season. The catch to it is all but one of you that play in the field is going to go home with the tough feeling of having lost your last game, with a lot at stake, mind you.
And that's one of the things that Texas A&M kept in mind with those 2 super regional losses to Rice, 2 good ball games down there. And when you get that close, it just encourages you to work harder in the summer at the Cape Cod League, at the Texas Collegiate League, and the Alaska League. Come back in August. It's hot, but you got to put the work in. Fundamentals, get in the weight room, get stronger. And that's every ball club, not just Texas A&M.
3-1 to Darby Brown. Swing and a miss. We've got a full count. That's something. Those competitions, you get into fall ball, it's always interesting with every school. That's when the competition gets heated for positions, and you really start to find out the identity of your team, and that's what you take into the spring in your 56-game schedule. Darby Brown has struck out. 2 down.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Dempsey. Down here in the bottom of the 8th. But you're exactly right, and that's one of the things with this Texas A&M club, much like Houston, that it's the grit, the determination, you know, putting up the fight, that and not by being mean, disrespectful as we're going to get a pitching change, but just that you're going to bow your neck and give it everything you've got every time you cross the line.
We've got a new pitcher for Houston. It'll be the 6th one of the night for the Cougars. Texas A&M leads this game 11-5, and Ricky Hargrove will be the man to replace Chase Dempsey. $11-5 Aggies. Back in a moment. You're watching 12th Man Productions broadcast of the 08 College Station Regional on Fox Sports Net.
The game is on. Learn to play the horses and play for free. TVGFree.net. Learn from horse racing experts.
Let me help you pick a winner.
Challenge the leaderboard and compete to win valuable prizes every day. Go to TVGFree.net right now.
And they're off.
Get in the game. It's fun. It's free.
One final surge.
Pick the winner.
They're coming down to the finish.
Learn from the pros. Play to win. TVGFree.net.
You're looking at Ricky Hargrove. He has been inserted into the ball game for the Houston Cougars, the right-hander, and AC has the numbers on him for this season.
I was trying to get the attention of the sports information director for Houston here, because Ricky has made one appearance this year, 1 inning of work, 1 hit, allowed 1 run. It was earned, no walks and 1 strikeout. But in all likelihood, someone like that may have had some unfortunate injury. Don't want to speculate, but it's nice for the young man from Katy, Texas, to get in regional play. You make the 25-man NCAA roster, travel with the team, you've worked with them, and that's we talk about the 25-man roster. There are guys that are not on the 25-man roster that are just as much a part of the team. That they work hard, they put through the effort in fall ball, in off season, and it is a team, and coaches have tough decision to get down to 25 for the NCAA. And Hargrove made it, and he's in the ball game now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
And he will face Blake Stouffer. He hopes it's the only man he faces, trying to get the Cougars back to the dugout and on offense, as they trail this one 11-5.
Blake Stouffer, another example of young man that was drafted last year in major leagues, professional baseball, turned it down to come back for his senior season, and he wanted to get back to the opportunity of making the Super Regionals, just an inning away.
There you go.
Looks at this offering from Hargrove. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Aggies close it out. They'll be down at Reckling Park, the Rice campus, taking on the number 6 national seed, the Owls. 2 balls, 1 strike. Once again in the 9th for the Cougars, it's 3-4-5. Pounds, Cesario, and Lorman. Cesario will bat again in this regional, and he has been a joy to watch.
Yes, indeed. Some very talented young players out here on that diamond.
3-1 to Stouffer is outside, and the bases are loaded with Aggies. That is the third time tonight Blake Stouffer has drawn a walk.
Aggie catcher Kevin Gonzalez stepping in. Young man that coming out of the fall, I would not have penciled him behind the plate, but he continued to work hard and really started off the 2008 campaign hot. Outstanding defensive catcher and has just solidified that position. You'll hear managers and head coaches talk about strength up the middle. You got that catcher behind the plate handling that pitching staff, second baseman, shortstop, and center fielder. You're going to be all right.
He began his night with a double. He was back in the second when A&M put up 7 runs.
Just kind of kept that inning going. It started off with the Darby Brown home run, but then his double down the line helped get the crowd into it.
I'm going to miss down in the count 1-2.
Well, that was the thing playing here at home. Anytime you're hosting a regional, the majority of the crowd is behind you, and if you can get them behind you, it helps. Last night, Houston did a great job of stifling that support.
Came in tight and hit Gonzalez. That'll be another run for Texas A&M. 12-5.
Little breaking pitch. Did not break completely. RBI.
Bases still loaded, and another Cougar up in the pen. It was Anders that came home to score. Now it is Brody Green who bats.
Left field position for Texas A&M. Ben Feltner has seen some action, and Brody Green down the stretch just picked up his play a good bit, especially at the plate.
We haven't mentioned it tonight. In last night's game, he saved a home run in the second inning of that game against Houston.
Going up over the yellow marker there in left field and bringing the ball back into play. Breaking pitch low. 3-0.
Possibly the top play of this regional. And we've seen some very good ones.
Outstanding defensive play here. Comment on the great job Leo Gertz and his ground crew does with this facility. You don't see a lot of bad hops. The grass is just manicured. In my earlier days, would like to take a wedge out there, but I wouldn't do that to Leo.
Brody Green is a walk. And coming home to score now is Brian Ruggiano. It's 13-5.
And we'll have a pitching change here.
There'll be one more in this game. And checking in this time will be Jimmy Raviel. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. Texas A&M 3 outs away from advancing to the Super Regional. Gotten a little bit of insurance in this frame, and the Aggies lead 13-5. You're watching 12th Man Productions.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Thursday, America, you have spoken. And we put it on the air. It's Best Damn's Top 50 Fan Bloopers. And Friday, special guest host, Super Bowl champion Michael Strahan. Has the Stray Train finally pulled into the station for good, or will he be back to defend his Super Bowl crown? This week at 11.
the Crash Lane premieres next month exclusively on Speed.
Jimmy Raviel takes his warm-up tosses as the Cougars go to the lefty here in the 8th inning. It's 13-5 Texas A&M. Raviel just trying to get one more out and get the Cougars back on offense. And do you have the numbers on him, AC?
You bet. The left-hander from Richmond, Texas. For Houston, 19th appearance of the year. Has made one start, has a 2-1 record, 6.46 ERA, 23 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 40 hits, walked 15, struck out 12. That's the record against Jimmy Raviel.
And he will face Kyle Colligan. You know about the 2 home runs he's already hit tonight. They were in his first 2 at-bats. Singled on the infield his last time up. That means Kyle is 3 for 5 tonight.
Has had an outstanding regional. Roams that center field. Gets to a lot of balls in the gaps. Good first pitch strike there.
Aggies in the regional offensively. They scored 15 on Friday, 22 on Saturday. Had a hiccup last night, scored 3, and put up 13 here tonight.
Has impressed the strike there on the inside corner. Impressed the Rob Childress commenting on the right-hander Jared Ray last night with Houston, giving credit where